Hey guys, it's ACairconditioner and welcome back for more Genshin Impact main story. Last time, we finished off the Archon quest and we're given a pretty ambiguous ending that may or may not involve a giant whale, with Child possibly drowning to death in the abyss. But today, we're going to completely ignore that, like we do with every other Archon quest finale, because we're going to be doing more character story quests today. And I am so behind on not just uploading but even recording this stuff. Because as you can see, Risley is out already, but I'm doing the Velasquez the story quest because I still haven't done it yet. So I am so sorry that I've been behind on these stuff. I've been avoiding even the event story is out. I did report that too. But I am an idiot. And I'm just so behind right now. But I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna be stopping that, but doing Neuvillette story quest. Now, right off the bat, Neuvillette story quest is interesting, in which it's the second instance of a constellation chapter, not matching his actual constellation. The chapter of the constellation says Deluvius, which is Latin for deluge.
Paimon wonders what
Or
he's been up
deluge,
to.
I believe.
Paimon has so many questions about his true identity. Let's go talk to him and find out.
Don't interrupt me, Paimon. But if you look at Neuvillette's character, and I'll show you. Don't judge my levels. If you look at his profile, this constellation was kept hidden in the drip marketing, but now we know what constellation is: the Leviathan Judicator, as it's revealed in Neuvillette, is the Hydro Dragon Sovereign, or the current Hydro Dragon Sovereign, as apparently there was a previous Sovereign that died, and he's the descendant. So, is the second instance of a character actually having a different chapter name compared to his constellation? The first instance was, I believe, Rex Lapis, aka Zhongli, whose constellation, I believe, is Lapis Dei, but his chapter is called the Historia Antiqua chapter, which is interesting. Or it's the other way around. I'll double check on my own and edit that in, but yeah. But it's just interesting with Neuvillette again. Like, everything about him is such a mystery, and they even kept it hidden and doing this review and drip marking and everything. So, and of course we know why. That's a little bit of a fun fact before we start the story quest, as per usual. And yeah, we're gonna start the story quest now. Let's see what's going on with Neuvillette after the events. Now, canonically, this is after the chapter 4, Act 4. The last Archon quest of this update. Canonically. Because Paimon's like, oh, we want to know more about Neuvillette's true identity. We know they just Sovereign, but that's all we know. I'm pretty sure like all the character story quests are canonically after the main Archon quests that they're part of, usually. That's been the pattern of late. It's not like Stario, in which it's complicated in the sense of like, oh, this is part of the, oh, this is actually before this Archon, this Trailblaze quest, something like that. I don't know.
Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Neuvillette, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
That's right.
No, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are better left to the guards.
Neuvillette! Sidine! Hey there! What are you two talking about?
Ugh, Traveler and Paimon, please help me talk our Chief Justice out of this. He wants to investigate a case on his own. Now, this is completely unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting like a private detective?
Planning to bring it to a new industry?
Thank you for your concern, but I currently have no such plans. Oh, apologies. I took your question in earnest, but it now occurs to me that it was most likely in jest.
He doesn't know what sarcasm means, guys. I'm sorry.
What is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got to investigate personally.
A Melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
Kiara?
And then?
That is all the information I have acquired at this stage.
Huh?
I I have no idea why you're so hung up over this. I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today. So, if you insist, I have no objections.
Thank you for understanding. I will leave a note explaining my absence on my desk. I would appreciate it if you could take it to Lady Farina. She may have no interest in official affairs, but standard procedure dictates that I'm still responsible for reporting to her.
Yes, understood. I'll come back later and deliver the note to her.
Judging from Sadine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What's so special about this case?
I cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain past events. There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate all risks in advance.
Conflicts of interest. Care to explain in detail?
Come on, stop being so secretive! We still have no idea what's going on!
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories and collect my thoughts. Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Iudex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutional reforms. There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
They must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you!
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to protect them.
Hello? What the hell?
The reforms damaged the interests of some, and the more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate political unrest. Ultimately, they wanted me to yield more of my power. The incident resulted in Carol taking her own
Oh my
life,
god.
and Vautrin being exiled. From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to Melusines.
Seems like they're using Melusines against you.
All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from human society. I granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol, asked me to bring them to the court of Fontaine. Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusines, and whatever they do can be traced back to me. Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up conflict over Melusines in an attempt to lay the blame on me. I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it inevitably affects the innocent. It has already happened once, and I want to make sure it does not happen again.
Even so, why do you have to be the one investigating?
Because he himself feels responsible, I'm pretty sure.
There's the guards, the Maréchaussée Phantom, and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Aren't they more than enough to figure out what's going on?
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the same department. The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of multiple different factions. However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided if I personally took on the case.
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you be an outsider?
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself. You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations.
Well, technically only one, because Ape. The High Dragon Sovereign.
Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between dragons and humans. Taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has prevented me from forming deeper bonds with others. I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here. That is why I call myself an outsider. A fish out of water.
If you put it that way, we're also outsiders to Fontaine.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come with you on your investigation? Let's team up and round up all the bad guys lurking in the dark.
That does not sound like a bad idea. I rarely investigate cases on my own, but with professionals like you around, I'm sure it will go a lot smoother.
Oh, Paimon's starting to get a little embarrassed. Just leave it to us.
I will write my note of absence right away. Let us depart together once I'm done. Let us go. We should visit Kiara first and try to gain a better understanding of the situation.
So Neuvillette feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but is that really true?
I mean, we've seen something like this before.
Paimon feels like he has a kind of skewed perspective on a lot of things. Anyway, let's catch up with him first.
But is it the wrong perspective? In reality? I don't think it is. Like, understanding his perspective, yeah, it kind of makes sense, actually. Now,
Paimon's been thinking.
bruh.
You called yourself a fish out of water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions. Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
Neuvillette, she was kidding.
Ugh. That sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
Anyways, before Paimon interrupted me, there's a lot of interesting things about Neuvillette's lore quest I just want to bring up outright. Again, no, this is not me spoiling about anything. Sadine's appearance, of course, we all seen her in the Act 2, I believe, but we also saw Sadine appear again in Neuvillette's teaser, the animated short, obviously. So it seems like this kind of connects in a sense with the ending of his teaser, because because we do literally see the ending of his teaser is literally just Neuvillette in his office with Sadine, giving him paperwork. So it feels like a continuation of that in a sense, even though it may not be. And then, as for the Melusines itself, if you want to know more about the Melusines, the Merusi Village quest is the one to do, and that was all the way back in 4.0. And we know for a fact that he has no relations with the Melusine at all. He's not. The Melusines are a byproduct, you could say, or offsprings of the Abyssal Beast, Elenus. So, and we know themselves that Hydro Dragon Sovereign, not related to Elenus at all. Elenus is an Abyssal Beast. So, yeah, he had no relations with them at all, which is interesting to me. But he still take care of them because it says most are also outsiders, as they are offsprings of an Abyssal Beast. Said Abyssal Beast was killed by people. Most likely old Fontanians. Maybe of the Remurian era. Maybe, I've really looked into that, but I know just general knowledge of it. And lastly, the trailer for 4.1 had many dialogues, mostly in the Archon quest, but there were a few that did not match, and that were not even the Archon quest at all. I suspect they're mostly in the Neuvillette character story quest, as I think this character story quest may have even more lore, adding onto Neuvillette's backstory, including a very ancient dialogue that happens at the end of the trailer. And I could probably assume by now with the intro that this whole story is just gonna talk about prejudice against the Melusines and problems with Neuvillette from other people, which is interesting. And there's that one badass pop-off line that has not shown the Arc either, so it might be in here, honestly.
The weather's amazing today.
Also, Meluses are adorable. How could you hate them? They're based on the
Kiara.
sea snails, I'm pretty sure. Or sea slugs, my bad.
Monsieur Neuvillette! And you are? Oh, I remember. You're the Traveler and Paimon. I've heard about you.
Aww, she's adorable. Hey there, it's nice to meet you.
I mean, every Melus is adorable.
Thanks for the compliment. Is there anything I can do for you?
I heard from Sadine that you received a threatening letter.
A threatening letter? Oh, right! I remember now.
The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. It said something about catching me, so I thought someone wanted to play hide and seek.
Aww.
But Sidine told me it was a threatening letter, and that I could be in danger. But that's not gonna happen with everyone looking after me, right?
Again, her
Have you
innocent
run
point of
into
view.
any suspicious-looking people recently?
Suspicious-looking people? What counts as suspicious?
Someone who follows you from behind?
Ah!
Did you think of something?
Nope. I don't remember meeting anyone like that.
Dang it.
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you to show me what it says.
Oh, let's see. Found it!
It's written in a language I can't read. Someone read it.
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person.
Wait,
Don't
but...
say I didn't warn you. A simple threat.
Okay, well, this is the camera.
Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals anything about the writer's intentions.
But the Maréchaussée Phantom is all Melusines, is it not? Why would a Melusine be the Maréchaussée Phantom? Are they concealing their identity on purpose?
We can't rule out that possibility. Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais Mermonia to review some official documents. Kiara, you should come with us. It's safer if you stay close by.
Sure!
Oh, so there's clearly a stalker
Wait,
looking at
no.
us.
I still have a case to work on. I promised Alof that I'd check on her place later.
But you are being watched right now. Going off on your own could be dangerous.
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara and make sure she's safe. With us around, anyone scheming to hurt Kiara can forget about it!
Thank you, Traveler. Big Sis Paimon.
Big Sis Paimon.
Don't worry, your Big Sis Paimon is super strong!
All right, let us go our separate ways for now. Please take care of Kiara.
We'll take her to a lost place right away! See you around!
And there's still that stalker with a camera looking at us. Funny.
So, Kiara, how old are you?
Let me think. 1, 2, 10? I can't remember. But I remember coming to the Court of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillette. That must have been a long time ago.
Carol? Did Neuvillette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago! Why would Paimon be a big sister to you?
Maybe they age differently.
My memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis.
Huh. Paimon sees. Hey, Traveler, did you hear that?
Mama can hear the music, guys. She broke the fourth wall. I'm kidding. A red hat?
Strange. Paimon felt like someone was following us.
Is that Charlotte?
Olaf!
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two...
Oh, they're the Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here?
We're protecting Kiara.
Did you run into any trouble?
It's not really trouble anymore with us around.
May I begin inspecting
Again, the red hat.
stars,
Who
please?
is that?
Of course. Go ahead.
Red hat camera. I could want to think of Charlotte, but she might be like this, right? Sure, maybe she's curious about, you know, like checking, like trying to find some really good news, but she's not a stalker.
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection. Seems like the criminal from that case last month never set foot in here at all.
That was quick. What were you inspecting?
I took a look around the shop. Neuvillette says that us Melusines have special eyes that can see things people can't. Things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up, we Melusines can see their residual stains for some time. Pretty cool, huh?
All right. Now that you're done
They can do
infecting,
luminol testing
can we
without
have a
using
chat?
luminol.
Hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month and wanted to hire you as my model. Is that okay with you?
Chioria Boutique Step. I
course.
just noticed the title.
Is there anything I need to do?
Isn't Chioria
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be
interesting?
a
So she works
perfect
for her.
fit.
Seems like they get along really well.
There's still that person behind us. I see it.
What are you looking at?
Why are we looking over there? There's a person behind us. What? I think there's someone over there.
Is there really someone watching us? Shh.
Bro.
Let's sneak over and take a look.
Bro. Right there. Guys. What the? Wait, how the hell did she move over there? What? So it is Charlotte. Charlotte? What the hell are you doing?
Strange. Why isn't he back yet?
He?
Gotcha!
Sierra said red hat anywhere.
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Charlotte, what the hell?
Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening letter. But you don't seem like the type to...
Threat letter? What threat letter?
What are you doing here exactly?
This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you mentioned. I only wanted to follow Monsieur Neuvillette and request an interview with him.
That was it?
You want to interview him?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. Interviewing him is every journalist's dream.
So the
But it's
camera
not
angle was
an
also
easy
you
task
as
to
well.
accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, and we never have the chance to interrupt when the court's in session. So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. The perfect opportunity to whip up an exclusive, don't you think? Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
I don't think he'd agree. It's better if we kept the secret.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public knowledge.
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. Oh, what a shame. Chances like this don't come by very often, you know. In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about? I swear I won't tell.
All right, then.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little Melusine?
Shh, not so loud.
Why are you screaming? At night.
Just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers, so I was planning to continue the series. And now someone's coming after her. I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. This secret's safe with me.
Just don't spill it, alright?
But I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed, others will know eventually.
Why?
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvillette's each and every move. Some may have already realized that something was up. Besides, the case involves Melusines, so... Anyway, I'll get going now. Watch yourselves, all right?
Well, that was a nice chat. Let's head back and check on Kiara.
And no, it's oh okay, hi Chlorine, what the hell? She just came out of nowhere. Also, no, I didn't look at leaks, I didn't look at spoilers, I didn't look at anything. It's a it's a very distinct red hat coloring. How can I not guess it's Charlotte, guys? Come on. And camera too. I'm not dumb.
What do you think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
I think it's great!
Huh. It's very pretty indeed.
Also, what's Chlorine doing here? All out of nowhere.
What are you doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillette was investigating a case with you. Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases. I happen to have some time at the moment and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom made at this boutique, in
So
any
now it's
case,
confirmed?
so we always have a lot to talk about.
Ah, Neuvillette sure is lucky to have someone like you.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillette.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands. Come on, let's go find Neuvillette.
Also, just me, or is Corinne's voice slightly different in this update compared to the previous one? I know she barely had any lines, but I feel like this voice is a bit more feminine than 4.0. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just noticing a slight difference, that's all. Maybe it's because she talked way more in this one.
How has your work been recently?
Same as usual. My schedule normally isn't too packed, so I have plenty of time for myself.
Ooh, then shall we go out to play? How about a beach vacation, like last time? I've even signed up as a volunteer lifeguard. I'm really good at swimming, so I'm sure I can help.
Welcome to Chioria Boutique. For tailoring services, please make
Now, the Chioria Boutique, I believe in Kirara's, Kirara story, she actually mentions a girl named Chiori, a Fontanian who actually designed clothes for her. A lot of people are suspecting that Chiori will be a playable character, and that person is a Chioria. They're described as such a Chioria boutique person or something like that. So maybe she actually works for Chiori in a way, and maybe she will be playable. Who knows? Yeah, small things they will not know unless you look at optional dialogue stuff. I don't know.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
We ran into Cloran. She offered to help us protect Kiara.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too. Well, did you find any leads?
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and major cases I've judged over the past decade. I've come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group behind all this step by step. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if there is indeed a mysterious group that bears a grudge against me.
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really finish browsing through all these documents? That's a lot of reading even for Paimon.
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several hundred years of reviewing under my belt.
We'll help you read through them. We have nothing else to do.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse through anything else in this room.
Oh shit, Rice needs as well, okay. The small case is solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Marchese Phantom. Principal offenders have received judgment based of the severity of the crimes. Please refer to the appendix for the list of names. So some sort of burglary case. The defendant Risley has committed his crimes and declared guilty by the Aethex Neuvillette. Rice will be exiled to the Summer Peak where he will be serving his sentence. Been the trial development may stand for a long time. So remember, Rice was actually a criminal before he became the Duke of the Summer. Actually, fun fact. When I saw Rice for the very first time, and I'm talking about like for the first time in the Final Feast trailer, I didn't think that he was the Duke of a prison or anything at all. I later kind of discovered that on my own, and not through the whatchamacallit, drip marketing either. I thought he was the boss and the CEO, owner, whatever, of the Steamberg. And Charlotte works under him. I thought that was the case. I didn't know that he was actually the Duke of a fortress of Meropide. I didn't know. I thought he was. I thought he ran the newspaper company. There's been severe bribery scandal within the guards. Okay, so within the guards. Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has investigated the case. All suspects involved have been arrested. Suspects confessed their crimes. Okay. Representative Council full of requests to collaborate with the emergency Phantom on certain public events. As research, they believe the Melusine can enhance the popularity of these events. Emergency Phantom has yet to respond, however, it has not prohibited the Melusine from participating in such activities. Spina de Rosula. Callus, boss Spina de Rosula, was defeated in the duel and died of serious injuries. The festival of his honor was now come to a close, defended the Nahuays and objections throughout the trial. Either soon developed reserved judgment in this case, its details are still under investigation. That's because obviously it gets resolved in Act 2. Huh.
Have you made any progress?
We skimmed through some of them, but there wasn't anything useful. Oh, there are so many documents lying around. Just how many cases have you handled?
Yes. How many?
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made a precise calculation myself. If memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases. The documents you see are just a small fraction.
I mean,
of
you're
what's
all
really
for like
there.
100 years old, man. So I'm not surprised.
That's a lot. Looks like the work of a Chief Justice isn't easy at all.
You think?
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are, to me, simply routine. There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
You read Paimon's mind.
All right, let us take a break then.
We're just sitting down.
Even though resting is a part of taking a break, shouldn't we at least talk about something?
Give us lore.
Silence is making Paimon feel really awkward.
Give us the names of all 7 sovereigns. Go.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Mermonia for matters outside of work. To be quite honest, I am not sure what we should do. Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps? You must be thirsty after all that work.
Ooh, drinks! Thank you!
It's just gonna be water, guys. I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be like, oh, look at this fine water.
What Neuvillette likes to drink. Oh, maybe he's a fan of really fancy
Oh
wine.
no. It's gonna be like the high quality water,
An
you
entire
know?
winery. You know, like T-Luke.
The irony. Exquisite wine glasses of water.
What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
Told you.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
Oh, the irony you could bring to Luke.
So it's just plain old water?
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and all, Paimon thought you'd prefer something more sophisticated.
This water is indeed very special. It would not be an overstatement to call it sophisticated.
The highest quality water of all time. This is
I
great.
believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine, including those that specialize in packaging pure drinking water. Said water is sourced from all across Tevat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Chintsa village, and Inazuma's Konda village. Here is one of their latest products, water from Sumeru's Apam Woods.
Is there any difference?
If I were to comment on
Oh
a
my god, I
mouthfeel,
can't breathe. This is funny.
The waters of Cider Lake warm the heart. The waters of Chintza
Okay,
Village
no, I
have
have
a
to. I
poignant
can't.
touch, while one might call the waters of Konda Village placid.
So you know how Paimon said he's kind of like D-Loop. He like like he was on a winery or something like that. The irony about that is because Neuville's hobby is water tasting, kind of like the wine tasting. So the irony of that statement is just hilarious to me.
Distinct differences exist between the waters of each area. You will appreciate their intricacies once you taste them carefully.
What do you expect from a hijacker server though, guys? Come on.
Let Paimon try!
My man is literally the embodiment of water.
What do you think?
Nothing.
Nope. Paimon couldn't taste any difference at all. Isn't this just normal water?
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long way to go in refining your taste.
But I think that's just a you thing, bro. No offense.
To do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference. How did you do it anyway?
He's literally the embodiment of water, guys. Come on. Yeah, that could be the case.
We are allowed to bring that up, right? Since no one else is around? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, why would you become Chief Justice in human society?
He was entrusted this, wasn't he? Did Garia entrust you with this?
Sorry. Paimon was just curious. You don't have to answer.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed me.
Answers?
Questions? Are there really things you can't figure out?
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my own existence.
Hello?
In essence, I neither know why I was born in this form, nor do I understand where my long life should take me.
Wait, you're born as a
I lost
human?
many memories from the moment I was born. The primordial sea, for example. I can only vaguely recall its connection to me, but I am unaware of what that connection is exactly.
Wait, so he's a dragon sovereign, he knows that, but he was born in human form. He doesn't even know his dragon form at all? Oh, that's interesting, actually. Huh. Is there anyone who can ask those questions?
Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of Teyvat. Abruptly visiting could very well pose an unpredictable
Well, I met
risk.
one, and she was not happy to see us.
Some of them have very unique personalities, too.
We only met one, Paimon. What
I
are you
have been
talking
holding on
about?
to these unanswered questions for a long time. But there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily resonate with those of others. Even I don't have the slightest idea what they mean. My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing their behavior, perhaps I could one day understand the meaning of my existence.
I see.
Have you made any progress then?
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage in meaningful interactions with others are few and far between. That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are rare. Alas, time is limited. We should move on with our investigation.
Are we gonna continue reading these documents? Paimon's getting dizzy already.
I wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were on the topic of water a moment ago, another idea came to me.
Water? Do you mean...
Fountain of Lucine.
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. It is the vessel of countless memories and emotions. If there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they should also hold an intense resentment towards me. Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element within the fountain.
Well, we can do that.
Why didn't
I
we
can
ever
especially
think
do
of
that too.
Come on, let's go take a look.
Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be too many people near the Fountain of Lucine during the evening.